Hey guys, it's James, and welcome to another replay. Today I'm in the T10 on the Fisherman's Bay, and we're in a pretty good matchup. The T10 is the Tier 9 Russian heavy tank, which used to be the IS-8. It recently got some pretty good buffs, and it got its name changed from the IS-8 to the T10. This tank comes after the IS-3 and before the IS-7, which, in my opinion, are two of the strongest tanks in the game, and the T10 definitely doesn't let down this line. It's more of a medium tank than a heavy, and it can reach 50 kilometers an hour on the flat, and it also has an amazing gun. It's actually the same gun on the IS-4, I believe, and it does 440 alpha damage. This actually makes damage stack up pretty quickly, as you can see in this game later on. Like, the DPM is pretty good. You can really be aggressive with the T10, which I like in heavy tanks, as it fits my playstyle perfectly. But I see how you wouldn't get on with this tank, because it doesn't really have the best of armor. So I decided to go into the town, as it looks like we'll win, because we don't really have many medium tanks, but we've got a lot of heavy tanks. And also our heavy tank seems to be better players, so I decided to scrape out here and try and get a shot at this 112. We get the shot in, but the T10 shoots us from over there, and I didn't actually realise this at this point. So I decided to go around the outside to get away from the T10, because I don't really want to be fighting that. Because the gun does actually have 256 pen, I think, so that'll go through me no problem. I don't really want to be facing it. So I go around this side and try and support my T54 Mod 1 and flank them. As you can see, there's a 112 there behind that building. And we spot a T34-3, so we auto-aim at him, take a snapshot. Oh my god, but he ammo racks our T54 Mod 1, which is a bit of a disappointment, because that's a really strong Tier 8 tank. So we try and get another shot on him as he comes out from behind the building, but he goes unspotted. And the 112 shoots the dead wreck of the Mod 1, so we decided to use that as hold down cover, because that'll cover our lower plate, and they've pretty much got no chance of penning our turret. Decided to go for the T34-3 first, because he's on our left, and he can shoot us from the side, so that's more important. And we do get a shot into him for 475 damage. And you really don't have to put many shots into these tanks for the damage to stack up, so I've only put 2 into that T34-3, and we've already done 914 damage to him. We put another shot into the 112, putting him on very low health, so we've damaged him completely, and there he goes, our teammate finished him off. So we decided to move forward and go around and take out this T34-3, and a 5100, I believe, shoots us to the front, and bounces first, pens second, but we managed to get behind the building. And I don't know what he's doing, but he seems to have sort of just ignored us, and we side scrape out and put a shot into him. Once again he stops, shoots one of our teammates, and the VK puts one into him, so he's on really low health now. He's not really going to be a problem anymore. We go forward and snapshot him. That was a pretty lucky shot, to be honest, but those sort of shots are like capable in the T10. It's pretty accurate. And somehow these two IS-3s are struggling to take out that enemy IS-3, so we come round, put one into him, and surely they'll be able to finish him off. And yep. So I'll pause this here. So at the moment we are winning, surprisingly. It's still pretty equal though, but in the west, our team seems to be sort of melting. There's quite a lot of enemy tanks, to be fair, but still they could have held on a bit better than that. So we have two choices now. We could either go northwest and try and take out our tank destroyers, or we could go support our team. So we decided to go support our team, because that was the plan at the start of the map. I was pretty confident that flank wouldn't go too well for our team. So my plan was to win the heavy tank spot and then rush over there and support them. And I think that is the better decision, because it's more important to try and keep your teammates alive. I know half of them can be completely useless, but I mean, it's still better to have the actual tank advantage and keep as many guns on your team in the game as possible. Speed isn't that bad here, but you can't really get up to 50 while going up a hill. It stays at sort of about 30, which still isn't that bad for a heavy tank. You can really get across, and we try and shoot his AMX, auto-aim on him, because he's decided to drive right away from us. If we were driving like across us, we wouldn't have auto-aimed, but since he's driving away, the shot's got almost no chance to miss. So we put one into him, and our team manages to finish him off. So now we're going to try and support against this Mod 1, the Indian Panzer, and the IS-3. our object just gets taken down. And I don't like our team just seems to be melting. I don't know what they're doing. And there's an Indian Panzer. Oh my god, that was also pretty lucky. We managed to get a shot into the back of his turret and take him out for only 78 damage. But now we've got 4,100 damage, and their team still has 7,400 health left. So they've got like a 1,000 health point advantage still. We still equaled on tanks, but I don't really know what that VK's doing. He should have come over here, in my opinion. So we put a shot into the Tiger P, and then try and put one in blind. We spot the Ferdinand, but we're not really going to get a shot on him. So what we're doing here is, instead of going at the enemy tanks, we're waiting for the enemy tanks to come at us, and that way we have the advantage. They've got to come out into the open to shoot us, but at the moment I don't think they're going to be doing that. The VK spots the Tiger P, moves out of the cap circle. I think he should, if he were going that way, he should have stayed in the cap circle at least, because his arm had been able to hold up, but he gets taken out. The Lorraine kills him, and we plant another one into the Tiger. But now we decide it's time to support our AMX. He's on 193 health, and it'd be really good if he could stay alive for this. So they go around here hoping that they're going to rush round, and then we'll be able to get hull down on these ridges. And it appears, I think they're both sitting on the railway. So they see me and pretty much shit themselves. And luckily we managed to get one into the IS-3. I don't know what that was. It almost looked like that shell bounced, but we did do some damage, because I definitely saw something fly up into the air. But yeah, we got 466 damage on him. So now I'm trying to get up here and try and get some shots on them, but the gun depression isn't that great. It's only 5 on this tank. But for some reason the WZ goes up, and there we go. We just get a free shot into him for 423 damage. I don't know what he was doing there, but I decide it's time to just go at these guys. We need to take out this WZ. He's a one shot, and hopefully we'll be able to face hug the IS-3. Unfortunately, he gets a shot into us for 450 damage, and I think that might have been a bit of a mistake. It's made this game a lot harder for us now. But we rush up to the IS-3, and he shoots right into our side, and there's no way that's going to go in. So there we go. We finish him off, and now we've got 5 kills and 6,500 damage. That's absolutely ridiculous in this tank. And we've only got 12 shells left. So we've got 12 shells to do 4,300 damage. Hopefully our T25-2 can help us with that. But with 440 alpha, like 12 times 4, that's 4,800. So we should be able to finish the team off as long as we don't screw up too much. We've only got 600 health to do it though. So we rush over here, and we spot the Lorraine. We auto-aim on him and shoot him before he can get his gun round. Again, that's an excellent thing about this tank with its gun. It's so accurate. You can snapshot these shots in. And the Ferdinand is still on full health. That's going to make this game extremely difficult. And he takes out our T25-2. So we see this Lorraine, and this is the perfect situation to get hull down. And if I get hull down against these guys, there's almost nothing they can do. And oh no, I think that was the Jagdpanther. The Jagdpanther must be to our left, and he got a shot into us just before we got hull down. So hopefully now we're pretty much invincible. If I go into free camera and look like that, all they can see is our turret, and none of them are really going to pen that. So hopefully we should be able to win this game. And all I've got left is heat rounds, so I didn't use any earlier on in the game. So you put one into the Ferdinand, and oh my god, he starts firing high explosive. So he does 235 damage. I've paused it here, but he managed to get one right into our turret with high explosive. And yeah, that is a really, really awkward situation. I mean, in this situation, I was really pissed off, because he's not a great player, and I was hoping they'd just continuously fire AP into my turret, and I'd be able to take him out one by one in this sort of hold down position with this Lorraine. But yeah, he fired HE, so I pretty much shit myself and start pulling back, because his next round will kill me. So try and put a snapshot in there, but he finishes us off. And yeah, that was it. 7,300 damage, 6 kills, and we didn't manage to get the victory. If we could have killed them, we would have ended on almost 10,000 damage, which is completely stupid. I was really hoping that'd happen. That'd be a game of a lifetime. But unfortunately, that Ferdinand played well. Well played to him, and he fired HE into our turret. So in that situation, I'm not really sure what I should have done. I mean, instead of pulling back like I did, that was some really bad play. I probably should have pulled off to the left and gone down here. I'd be able to get sort of maybe feather some shots onto him, maybe cut him around the rock, but still that'd be a really awkward situation. It's quite an interesting endgame situation there, but if you guys have any suggestions on what I should have done differently, please leave some suggestions in the comments, because yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what I should have done. But yeah, we'll have a look at the endgame results for that. So looking at the results screen, we managed to get 7.2k damage, which is actually the most damage I've ever done in a game of World of Tanks, over almost 12,000 games now. We got an ace tanker on a loss, which just shows how much we did. A high caliber for doing the most damage in the game, and over 4,300 I think it was. And we got a top gun for getting 6 kills. Unsurprisingly, we became top of the team with 924 base XP. And the Ferdinand that killed us in the last game with high explosive, well played to him. He came top of his team with 4.6k damage, 4 kills and 1.2k base XP. So yeah, well played. We fired 23 shots that game, and of those 23, 20 of them hit with 19 penetrations. We managed to block 2,300 damage with the armor, which is doable. The T10 doesn't have the best armor, but if you can get hull down, the armor's pretty solid in that tank. We did make a profit of 39,000, but that was only because we didn't fire many premium rounds. We did manage to get through that match with only firing AP and firing, I think, 2 or 3 heat rounds at the end against that Ferdinand. So yeah, that was probably one of the best games I've had in World of Tanks, but could have been a huge amount better if I played it well. And yeah. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. That was one of the best replays I've ever had. A bit really interesting to see how you guys would have played that at the end, so please leave in the comments some tips or maybe what you would have done instead of getting hull down against that Lorraine. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.